What's up, guys? So I have some potentially bad news for our team builder conference idea. I would still like to do one just because I feel like we do it very well, and I think there's a lot of interest with you guys in something like that with our channel. So the problem, if you go over here to Download Center, and I'm not going to do this whole thing because I've already downloaded these two teams here, Round Rock and Reno. These are already pre-built team builder teams from EA. And when the community starts creating all these team builder schools, then you'll be able to download them on your own. But I've got Round Rock and Reno just to be as examples for what I'm about to show you here. So if you go to Dynasty, as you know, there is what they're telling us. There's no way that in a single player offline Dynasty you can use a team builder team. They literally say it right there. Play offline as a single user. You will not be able to use a team builder team or play with friends online. So this is single player offline, can't do it. So if you go to cloud multi-user, I'm just going to use default roster, then you can import your team builder team because it shows up right there, which I'm going to do that right now. So import your team builder team. We'll go ahead and replace Kennesaw State. Replace them with Round Rock. You can either keep Kennesaw State's roster, or you can use the team builder roster, which is exactly what we're going to do. And then I'll just another team. I like Liberty. Don't take offense to Liberty being gone, but we'll replace them with Reno. We'll do the same thing, team builder roster. So there you go. So we have our two team builder teams. And the reason why I'm choosing two is because I want to show you guys that there is not a way for me as the user or the one lone member in this online dynasty to select or control both of these two teams. I can only choose one, and that's a problem because when we're trying to control all 16 teams inside this conference, we're not going to be able to do it. Basically, the only option we have is to select one team builder school and run with them. That's it. In dynasty settings, there's no way in the settings to say like what's the maximum number of user control teams. You have the maximum users, but you don't have a setting that says I want to control 16 teams. So we'll just go ahead and hit advance. We'll select Reno. We'll be the head coach. We'll choose Greg Lynn. Sign that contract up. And here comes the import. So this is where the problem lies, guys. If you go to Dynasty Central and you go to members here, this is where in offline Dynasty you'll be able to create a new coach or create a new user. But here in online, you can only invite a new member. So you see why this is a problem. Basically, if we want to do a 16-team conference with team builder teams making up the entire conference, I can't control all 16 teams. I have to have 15 other people join in, which I guess might be kind of fun, but I'd get my butt kicked. And we would never be able to capture your gameplay when you're playing against somebody else. We'd never be able to capture your gameplay. So there's like strike one, strike two. Strike three is how did this happen with EA? Like honestly, you had this sort of technology back in 2013 with NCAA 14 that you'd be able to control all of those teams. Import 12 team builder teams, control all 12 in offline Dynasty. But with this, you have to use online Dynasty in order to do it, to have a team builder team in general. So I'm going to get off my soapbox, but you guys get the idea here. Can't use it in offline. You have to use it in online. And then in online, you have to have one user control. Can't have 15, can't have 16. So that's a problem. We can't control all 16 teams. We can't recruit for all 16 teams. We can't follow the recruiting for 16 teams. We can't do the recruiting boards. It's just kind of sucky. The only silver lining that I see here is if we wanted to do an online dynasty, we would probably invite the 15 closest people that we know that I can trust are going to do the recruiting, are going to stay active in the dynasty mode, or are going to play their games and just be active. Like that's the one drawback of doing an online dynasty with a bunch of people and making content about it is that you're on the clock, so that'd be really hard to manage, as if managing 16 other schools would be difficult. That's probably more difficult, is being on people. Hey, did you play your game this week? Hey, did you play your game this week? It probably would get annoying. And then to create content on it, I would only be able to create content on my team, not the other 15, which would be ideal, right? We want to follow their journey too. Or we could go into an online dynasty, do the 16 teams, import 16 team builder teams, but only play as one team and follow along with our journey, right? I just don't know how interesting that would be. So that's the silver lining there, is that it's still possible to do a 16 team builder conference, but again, you can't control them. Can't control all of them. You can only control one. So I'm a little disappointed, if you can hear it in my voice, a little disappointed, because I had a lot of high hopes in bringing this content to you guys, but it just doesn't look like it's going to happen. So I just don't know really where to go from here. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next one.